we're back. We're back. We're back. So this is the last half of our telethon fundraiser for Delco Gives Day. And right now we have none other Mr. Safe Corridors himself, Mr. Raheem. Yes. How you doing today, Raheem?
I am great.
All right, move up a little bit.
Move
Yeah,
up.
yeah, there you go.
I'm
There you
great.
go. There
Can
you
you
go.
hear me now?
Make yourself at home.
All right. I am great.
Great. So I'm gonna ask you a few questions about your organization. So the first question is, can you tell us about the mission of your organization and the key issues you're addressing in the community?
Yeah, well, so some years ago when I was working in city government and being an advocate for the city, crime was real heavy in the city of Chester. So I've decided, along with former Mayor John Linder and our liaison team, to start something that would help people, especially our children, get back and forth safe from school, right? And so we were on the phone for a while and we were talking about the name. And I came up with the name and John kind of came up with the name. I was thinking, like, how about safe corridors, a safe passageway for people to arrive and depart from school safely. And I had organized almost 100 people, 100 volunteers to do it. But the thing about volunteers in our community, unfortunately, is it isn't consistent, right? Because we know it was no incentive there for people to have to come, right? You know, when you're doing something, volunteers, some people call volunteering for free, and it really is for your community. But just to be honest, when you want to have sustainability, you got to have an incentive there for people to be consistent.
Absolutely. That's the one thing that, they say 21 days you create a habit in 21 days, or you get used to doing something, and people have to have that consistency, Once that 1 or 2 days come and they start getting bored, if you don't keep on pushing them, they won't keep going.
No, yep, you're absolutely right. So we figured out I kind of figured out because I left city government, I think, which was one of the best moves that I could make. When you're not working for somebody like a government agency, you get to do what you want, how you want to do it. And I knew I couldn't do it without doing it the way it needed to be done from a person from our community. So I created Safe Corridors Organization. This was the 501c3. And I hired people to protect our children arriving and departing from school. And I started out with 12, and we're almost at 100 now.
Wow.
So we're outside of schools and we're inside schools as well.
Okay. What specific programs or projects are you currently working on, and how do they benefit the local community?
Well, school safety is part of Safe Corridors. The life support mentorship program, which is a part of Safe Corridors also, where we help people get out of prison, give them mentorship so they can get on their feet. The third is community service. So anybody that's been in the court and have to go through the ARD program, they can actually volunteer with Safe Corridors and get their hours.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep. And then the other thing, of course, people may or may not know, I am the pardon expungement person that does the pardons all around here. In this area, in Delaware County and beyond, in Pennsylvania, we're number one in the country now. We pardon more people than anybody in the United States. And we had a great opportunity of helping people get their life restarted, right? So that, and the other project is we're working on something with the city with the crossing guards, which I can't talk about right now because I didn't sign on the dotted line. And I have a store, right, which is like my headquarters, and now I have a corporate office. So we're growing expeditiously.
That's
right?
awesome. That's awesome. Jeez. How has your organization adapted to recent challenges such as the COVID-19 pandemic?
When the COVID-19 happened, it's crazy because I had left both of my jobs during that era.
Okay.
And I concentrated on the store. I was one of a few stores that was still open but I had I had got a little hookup with masks.
Okay.
Masks was a big deal. I was selling a lot of them, designer masks and stuff like that. But it gave me time to actually think about the plan that I was going to implement once children came back to school.
Okay.
And one of the things was safety. The kids were out for almost 2 years,
Yeah.
and when they got back, they was anxious. That's why it was a lot of fights, a lot of other things. Kids didn't know how to really behave in school anymore. Some was just coming to school, right? You know, middle school going to high school going out in the streets.
Yeah.
So it was a big deal. So COVID, it was my training studying ground for me.
Okay. Can you share a memorable success story that occurred because of your organization's efforts?
Yeah, I, along with Mayor John Linder, participated in helping this brother named Jesse Faust get out of prison.
Okay.
We follow a lot of people in prison who are on their way out. He got out of prison. It's a happy and sad story. But for us, it's a happy story. He got out of prison. He had the opportunity to meet the secretary of the board of pardon who signed his paper to get out at one of my pardon clinics at Widener University. He had some goals: to get a job, to work with us, to get his license, and to get a car. He was in prison for like 40-something years.
Okay.
He completed all of them. And I can't make this up. Like, he got the job, he got a car, he got his license, he got a car, and the next day he died. He completed everything that he wanted to complete, and he died. And that's a good and a sad story for me, because to watch the transition of a person getting out of prison and getting on their feet and accomplishing all their goals, it taught me that reentry work when you have a support system.
Yeah. Wow. What does Delco Gives Day mean for your organization, and how do you plan to utilize the funds raised?
So we did get some funds, not many. We kind of dropped the ball on some technical things that need to get done, but it was the first time it's been done. So a few people didn't get themselves really situated. But I thought it was a great collaborating effort for Delaware County to get to know the nonprofit organizations that are actually doing work.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of organizations out here that are not doing work, and I'm not putting out names or nothing, but I'm just saying it frustrates people like ourselves,
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
Like CMP Radio, man. Big shout out to Pierre, man, by the way, like the work you guys do. I don't think it's recognized enough, right? The importance. Actually, you guys, he taped all of my pardon clinics, literally.
Yep.
The first one ever started, Pete taped, and I'm saying by God's mercy, right? All of them was successful.
I remember the first one. We
You know
were
what I
in
mean?
Widener.
Yep. So
I was there.
So for me, I think that Delco Gives was a great idea, and it's a good thing that if we do it consistently, organizations can get looks that they never gotten before from people who are sitting home now or watching right now. You know, man, if you got money to give to a nonprofit, I think you should. And I'm not just talking about Safe Corridors. There's a lot of organizations out here that's doing a lot of great stuff, and we don't get really good looks. I'm not caught up into the grant funding, looking for somebody to give us money to operate. You know what I mean? Because if I waited for that, it'd never get done.
Oh, trust me, we understand. We understand, because grants definitely don't come this way often, and but we're still here. Going on year 7.
Yeah. This is a really great. I'm impressed. P has always been a fan of mine.
Absolutely.
Actually, in the future, we'll be doing an interview with the people, aunts and uncles. We're 2 of the organization that got funding from them.
Yes.
And look at the outcome.
Yeah. Yeah. We were able to, keep this up and running,
Yes.
How can individuals get involved with your organization beyond donating money?
Yeah, so if you go to www.safecorridorspa.org, you can go on our website, which will take you to the donation button or information button. We are hiring. We're looking for safety advocates. We're always looking for long-term subs in schools, private, charter, and public.
Okay.
We are always looking to bring people onto the team so we can be successful. I think that this program has been very successful for the simple fact that people from the same cultural background of the people we're trying to serve and beyond are in the forefront of the decision making. I think too many times we are asked to do something in our own community from outsiders showing us what to do for our own community that we grew up in.
Yep.
For me, that just don't make any sense. And I said to myself, I just don't think there's no way it could change unless the people who are on the ground help make that change.
Yeah. Listen, we all got to work together and have the common goal, the same common goal to, build this place back up.
Yes.
Build it to where it was when I was younger and I was walking from one end of the city to the next.
Yes, when you could do that.
Yeah.
You can't do that no more. Yeah, so we're grateful. I just think that communication, partnerships, collaborations, and solutions. We are a community that are uneducated, uninvited, and uninformed. Have been for a long time. Do that for 10, 20 years and see what you're looking like in your community. I think now with so many organizations that are organizing and mobilizing and trying to do stuff, if we all had an opportunity to work together in collaboration in our own lane, I don't want to be in everybody's lane. I'm not trying to do everything. I like to do what we do within Safe Corridors. They say that 10,000 hours make you an expert in that what you've done.
Yep.
I've done that 30,000 times. I believe that I'm really good at what I do. I've been doing it a long time. I'm sincere. I'm authentic.
Oh, I see you.
I mean what I say. Even though being an owner of this company, I still be in front of a school crossing a kid, and people like, why are you doing that? And because it's just the passion and the work.
You care.
Yeah.
You care. You have to. You have to care being in this line. You have to, be able to step out there and get in the line of fire, making sure these kids are safe. This is a good, I love what you do, Raheem.
Thank you.
Like, I do, and I've been watching, and I'm like, dang. But for me, I live all the way in Delaware. I was saying it before. I was like, I can go and work at work for Safe Corridors in the morning and then get the kids. But my daughter go to school all the way down in Delaware.
Yeah, we'll be there soon. We'll be there soon. We're going to Delaware for sure enough.
Oh, that's awesome.
We love to, of course, I've hired a lot of people from Chester work for me, and I am so gracious of it and grateful, right?
Yes.
Regardless of where they're working at. Our motto is we always ask what your schedule is, right? We ask that so we can tailor-make the job for you. Because we figure, like, when I think about Amazon, right, making their own hours, I think of the same thing with Safe Corridors. If you make a job convenient for the person that's working with you, you have an opportunity to have we have a high attendance rate, meaning that 98% of the people that work for me come to work every day.
That's awesome.
And I can tell you, most of them love their job. We've been able to do things for people that help them move on to another level coming through our organizations. I mean, it's a big deal. I mean, being Black owned, you'd be able to culturally connect with people more and our children. And when I think of Safe Corridors, when I think of the model of how we want to do things, every time I watch Undercover Boss, I damn near share a tear. I ain't gonna lie. Because the authenticity of it, of a person owning a company coming back on the ground to see what's really going on, it's an eye-opener. I say to myself, I never want to be on Undercover Boss because I'm going to be a boss or owner that is actually on the ground with the people watching my brand, right? To make sure people are representing what you say you are. That's the hardest part, right? Because we got a lot of great actors out here. People interview very well and be perfect, but once they get out there, sometimes it don't work out. And listen, man, working with children is tough.
Yeah.
I don't fault, and I hope people are watching me right now that worked for me before. I don't fault anyone that worked with us that it didn't work out for. It's watching over kids or watching children, because we're inside schools now all day in a lot of different schools in Delaware County. That ain't for everybody.
Yeah.
You gotta love children to do this job. And just to tell anybody who's interested in working for us, like, if you don't really like children like that, and that doesn't, I'm not judging you, this job isn't for you.
Yeah.
Because you gotta love those children. You gotta love our community. And them children need love.
Yeah.
A lot of our children
they
have
need
some
hugs.
Hugs. They need hugs. I mean, you gotta watch how you do that too, right? And
yeah.
it's just, what we learned, and we're learning a lot, and we're still learning, and we ain't got all the answers. We don't have all the answers, but we're working on perfecting the brand. So we want Safe Corridors to be the Tesla of school safely. We want to be the best. In order to be the best, you have to do all of the things that allows your company to strive to be effective. And then when you hear those reports from parents and stuff like that, that we did something right. So we just trying to be an organization that people believe that is part of the fabric of our community, so we could be successful not only for ourselves, but I get to hire a lot of people and give them jobs who would never been able to work in a school.
Looking ahead, what are the key goals for your organization in the next year, and how can Delco Gives Day help achieve them?
We want to be in all of the schools in Delaware County at this point that need safe corridors, so we can provide a service for them, so our teachers can actually teach and not chase kids around or deal with stuff that's taking them away from learning. Delco Gives can spread the word out. There's a lot of philanthropists and people out there with money that like to help organizations such as myself, so we can be better, so we can buy better walkie-talkies, right? So we can make sure everybody have raincoats, right? So when we have our PDs, our professional development, we can feed everybody like I do. So we can continue to have banquets once a year for the team, for just the organization. They can bring their loved ones, and then we can fellowship with each other. Those are the things we want. We want people to get the word out about safe corridors, and we're really looking for people to be not only team members, like a family member to our organization. That's how Delco Gives can help us.
That's awesome. And is there anything else that you want to let people know about Safe Corridors?
We're a multifaceted 501c3 nonprofit organization that covers a lot of areas. The name Safe Corridors is the brand, but there's so many umbrellas. I just want to leave about reentry because it's part of my thing of what I do. And for me, when we talking about, school to prison pipeline, right? My talk, if you think about what I'm saying, it all involves that, right? Okay. I believe the school to prison pipeline is stopping children from going to prison, right? And stopping men from going back, right? The part of us patrolling and being inside the schools to make sure kids are successful is important, because it makes them think about that, what is important in front of them, and know that somebody cares. And the part of a person coming home from prison after he's done his time, the justice served individual.
Yes.
If we stop him from going back, and we can give him resources, and we can help him do some things, some other things out here with our partners to get jobs in other areas, maybe not in a school, but wherever that may be, I think that's the school to prison pipeline cap right there. The pardon is the holy grail of reentry. Yeah. There's nothing bigger than that. So that's what I want to leave the people. And I hope, even if you don't donate any money to us, say some kind words about us, spread the word about us. If you know someone that needs a job, that is sincere about helping our community and our children, send them to us, and we will interview you and see if you fit the criteria for our organization, and definitely bring you onto our team.
All right. So if you want to donate to Safe Corridors, make sure y'all donate to Safe Corridors. The QR code is on the screen and has been through the whole interview. If you want to apply for a job, go to www.safecorridorspa.org or call 484 489-0036. Thank you so much, Raheem, for stopping by to come and sit with me today.
Hey, ain't no problem, Les. I see you every day. I appreciate it. And in case anybody don't know, I am Jonathan Abdul Rahim King on
Yes.
Facebook, and we are Safe Quarters is on Instagram and on Facebook. So please reach out to our organization. Safe Quarters is not Safe Quarters without you.
Dope. And we out.
Thank you.